The first section underneath the site customization is site pages. And there's quite a bit of functionality on how to create and use site pages. So I'm going to go through this in detail. Now we're going to start here with the home page, which is a pre-built page into your call. You can't delete the home page. You can only edify its content. And the home page is what your users see when they visit your call by your URL. And you can edit this and put any images or information you want. Typically, you'll put your call for entry instructions on your home page. Now I'm going to click on the edit button over here and just show you this editor. Now this is what we call a WYSIWYG editor or a visual editor, which allows you to edit the contents of this page in a visual manner. You can do bold lists, create headings and styles, and change the colors of all the fonts if you need to. You can also embed YouTube videos or images, tables, charts, and many other things. If you're a web designer or no web designers, you can switch into the source code view and actually edit the HTML of each individual page manually for full control over the look and layout. Now I'm just going to quickly show you a sample here. So I'm going to edit this title here and say welcome to my call, and I'm going to update this page here. And then I'll switch back over and refresh that, and you'll see that it automatically updates the title there. So that's as easy as it is to update and change the contents of these pages. Now, if you need to add images into your call, you'll first need to upload the images and then come in here and use the image insert. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to come over here to the site customization where it says page image uploads. And I already have a few in here, but if you need to insert another image, you just say add new upload. Choose the file browser and select that image from your file system to upload it. Once it's uploaded, it'll appear in this list. And the important piece you need is this data right here, which is called the file path. This is the location of that image. You'll simply copy this file path and jump back over to the page where you want to insert that image. I'll just place it on the home page for a sample. I'll edit that home page and I'll place my cursor. Wherever your cursor is where it will insert the image. So I'm going to place my cursor here at the top. I'll select this image button, and right there where it says URL, I'll paste that. And you can see right away it adds the image. It's a rather large image. I'll hit OK, and that image appears right there. Notice if you double click here, there's several options as well. As you can align this to the left or the right, and set the width and the height, or link it elsewhere. I'll hit OK and say Update Page, and I'll switch back over here to my home page and refresh, and just like that, that image now appears here on this home page. So that's how you can add images to your pages. So again, the home page is that default page. Feel free to edit that content. Let's look at the next default page here. The next one is called the Terms and Conditions page. Now you'll notice that all of the pages for your site appear up here in the menu with the exception of the Terms and Conditions. And that's because it appears down here in the footer under Terms and Conditions. Now this is a special page because you'll want to put the contract essentially, or the terms for your call, such as user liability, artwork liability, and sort of the agreement between you and your user. Whenever a user registers for your site, when they click on register and they fill in these details, it says right here, by registering for this site, you agree to the terms and conditions. So essentially it's a contract between you and your users. And so you'll want to enter in those terms on this page. And it appears down in the footer and on that registration page, but not in the menu. All right, the next special page down here is called the contact page. It's another built-in page. And the contact page is this first one right here. I'll just select it. This just basically builds a web form where your users can type in data, hit send message, and this will email you this data directly to whatever the email address of the administrator user is on file there. So that show email address. And that's how the contact page works. Let's jump back here and look at the other built-in pages. The next one is the location. We did cover this in a previous video, but I'll just quickly look at that again. So it looks like the location page right now is turned off. It's not published, which is why it's not showing up in the menu. So I need to come up here into the location and say published and update that page, and then it will appear here. So again, you don't have to use these default pages should you not want to. The location page automatically inserts a dynamic Google map of the address for your gallery and optional reception. And again, those details and data are pulled from the Art Show settings section. So whatever addresses you have set up in here is what's used for those maps on the location page. The last special page is the web gallery page. We did cover this one in a previous video as well, but quickly. The web gallery automatically adds a dynamic photo gallery to your website, where visitors to your website would be able to see all of the juried in submissions for your call. They can click on any of these submissions and get a nice gallery. They can even do slideshow mode. It shows them the title and the author of each one of these submissions. And that's how the web gallery feature works on your call. Now, you may want to adjust the order of these links, and you can do that by this menu order value right here. So I'm going to come into this contact page, and let's say I want this to be the last link, not the first. So I'm going to come in and edit this, and I'm going to switch the menu order to 5. The way this works is it starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. So the higher the number, the farther right it will appear in the menu. I'll update that page, and you can now see contact appears over here at the right instead of at the front. The last thing we need to demo with pages is what we call parent page, which is how you can set up a drop-down menu if you need to. They're not used very often, but if you have a lot of pages set up, it's a handy feature. So I'm going to create a new page to use as my drop-down. I'm just going to call this one drop-down test. Now, typically a drop-down parent page has no content, so I can just say empty. I'm going to publish it and say menu order 9, put it way over here. And the parent is going to be main menu for this page. I'll hit add. So there's my drop-down test page. Now what I want to do is I've got this other page in here called submission instructions, and I'm going to come edit this page, and where it says parent page, I'll select that drop-down test and hit update. And basically what that means is this page will now be a drop-down menu item of that parent page. So you can add multiple pages in here and create drop-down menus like that. That's a few of the basic settings for pages. You can create as many pages as you want, and you can unpublish or publish whichever pages you need. The pages that are required that don't allow you to unpublish are the home and the terms and conditions. Everything else you can use optionally.